Hey, Anna here. What's up, fam?
Hi, my name is Outerthere with Outerthere.
Alright, we're gonna talk about cold winter activity gear.
I'm here to talk about gear.
Specifically clothes. A lot of newbies come out, people that are just interested in the outdoors. Maybe you tried it a few times, you're not quite sure what to wear, okay? So I'm just gonna break it down to you.
We want to make sure that you don't feel like you can't just go out because you don't have the right gear. So today I'm going to just outline for you all the different types of gear you have, all the different things you need for different types of weather, starting with winter. And I'm going to talk about, the type of person that you might be to basically determine the type of gear that you're going to get.
Okay, it's really simple. It's just a couple pieces, staple pieces really. This is not a fashion show. I really don't care if it's a Gucci merino wool or if it is a Walmart brand. But really we like to go for sustainable, reusable, and really if you could find it at a thrift store, that would be fantastic, okay?
One of the things that people don't understand or appreciate about cold weather activities is that you're going to be moving. It's an activity. You're going to be running, you're going to be walking, you're going to be hiking, you're going to be climbing. And at the end of the day, your body's going to be generating heat. The purpose of all these layers is to retain that heat. So during a lunch break, in the middle of a hike, I always tell people, add on another layer, even if you're sweating, because that's going to preserve whatever heat you've built up. If you simply just start taking layers off because you're hot, you're defeating the purpose of the layers. So the layer is not what's keeping you warm. It's your own body heat, the one that you generate over the course of your trip. So if you run cold or if you run hot, it's all based on what kind of activity, how your VO2 max, how much your body's
about base layer. So this is one of my favorite base layers. I really don't even know what brand it is, but don't even look at this. Point is, it is a merino thin base layer. I love this thing. I got it probably for 40 bucks on sale on REI. Usually they go for about 80. But this is a keeper. This is something definitely I'm going to be wearing for many years to come. I have another one that I got at a thrift shop for $4. Yes, ladies, you can find it. A lot of people just don't know their fabrics very well. So if you have a thrift shop near you, you should probably check it out. If not, you could get a lot of used stuff online. Or REI, again, has a lot of really discounted items. Again, why do I like this? It doesn't smell. Doesn't smell. I freaking love wearing this because I'll be camping for 2-3 days and my armpits are heavenly, okay?
Now, I've got two layers that I prefer for cold weather temperatures. I've got my base layer. The base layer is the one that's closest to my skin, and then I have the one that I put on top of that. So I actually have two base layers that I wear, both merino wool. Both are approximately 10 years old. That's how long I've had these. I basically washed them and I let them air dry. They're completely torn, but they remain my favorite pieces. Why? Because merino wool is one of those things that doesn't retain smell. No matter if you're dry or wet, you'll still be warm. Unlike cotton, where the cold breeze, if you're sweating into cotton, a cold breeze will make you freezing, but not with merino wool. So these are my two favorite layers. That's what I start.
On top of my merino wool base layer is a full zip merino base layer. Why it's important, again, layer, layer, layer. If there's one thing you take away from this is to layer your things. Please do not just come there with a giant goose parka, okay? You're gonna be sweating, you're gonna be hot, you're gonna take it off, you're gonna get hypothermic, okay? You don't wanna do that. You wanna layer. You literally want to have like 5 layers, okay? So my second layer, so first it would be probably, I would advise a synthetic bralette or some sort, or a bra, or whatever it is that you like. And then you want to have your merino base short layer. Then you want to have some sort, it doesn't have to be merino, it could actually be a synthetic long sleeve with a hood preferably, because then on a cold nights, if you're camping, you could put this on over your head and then your noggin stays warm. Or if you're, for instance, hiking up a really steep mountain, or you're rock climbing, or you are doing something very strenuous, you could just take off your other layers and be very comfortable but not have any skin exposed to the elements.
Next, I will go with a synthetic layer. This is a polyester layer that I purchased about 7 years ago. It has torns, but the zipper still works, the hood still works. It's super lightweight. Now, synthetic, unlike merino, can get funky. But if you wash it, let it air dry, it should be good. This actually also has a pocket where I can store like napkins to blow my nose in the cold. And it's got these handy dandy little hoops that allow my fingers to basically, as I'm adding on layer. This will be my third layer. On top of that, I will often wear an additional layer. This layer is my sweater, available on the Outerthere shop. This particular, it's just regular synthetic, but it adds it's like fleecy. It adds an incredible amount of warmth and keeps me completely insulated no matter what the temperature is outside. And it has a hood.
Fam, do not travel without the entourage of your warm hands, your warm noggin, and probably your warm nose. Why it's important? I mean, it's probably self-explanatory. It's winter, your ears are gonna get cold, okay? But don't ever think that just because you're going out and maybe you have your warm jacket or hood, for instance. A lot of people make the mistake, they think that they have their hood. Oh, I don't need my hat. You need layers. We talked about this. Keep your hands warm, keep your head warm, and now with COVID, you want to make sure that you're protecting others, but also it's actually important when you're maybe on a bike, or maybe you're skiing, or maybe you're snowboarding, or snowshoeing, or dog sledding. You want to keep your beautiful face warm.
I need beanies because I get cold, I lose a lot. You lose a lot of heat from your head. And I in particular lose the most from my head. So I prefer beanies. I prefer beanies that cover my ears and generally can be worn pretty much under a hooded layer. With one exception, the Outerthere beanie with a little thing that you can purchase on the Outerthere shop. Anyway, beanies are great. I love them because I can not only wear them with hoods, I can also wear them under helmets. And I wear a lot. I need helmets for pretty much everything. So I love my beanies. Never leave home without it. I also wear neck gaiters. My neck gaiters help keep my mouth warm, covers my nose, and now, you know, as you know, it supplements, it keeps me and others around me protected. But pro tip, these are fantastic when you're camping and you need to keep your face warm.
My next layer, so this is layer number 3, is this Patagonia zip, quarter zip, whatever this is called. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. By the way, the only reason I seem to have a lot of Patagonia stuff is because I got like a 60% discount, so I just went crazy and bought a bunch of stuff. I definitely do not sponsor any specific products. I just really love a good bargain. And Patagonia actually makes pretty good stuff. So this jacket slash quarter zip, why it's important, it has a little bit of synthetic material inside, so it's a little bit more insulated, and it also really breathes well. So I really love this piece for doing more active winter sports. But again, if I were to just put it on by itself, I would be really cold, and I really dislike doing that. Again, it doesn't matter which specific your third layer is. It could be another fleece sweater on top of your long sleeve base layer. It could be a thin jacket of some sort.
I have 2 base layers, 2 mid layers, and now I'm going to actually introduce you to yet 2 more external layers. Now, this is kind of like a shirt, like a vest that you can actually pull. It's pullover. It's a pullover jacket. Comes with a hood and a pocket. As you can see, black is my favorite color. Everything I have is black. But this one, I love it because it actually retains it's synthetic layer, but it retains a ton of heat.
Last but not least, my absolute favorite layer, okay? And that is going to be my TJ Maxx 17,000-year-old North Face raincoat, okay? I love this jacket. Let me tell you why. Number 1, it is a men's, okay? Number 2, it was a bargain. Number 3, I love the color, okay? Number 4, it is waterproof. Number 5, it works as a windbreaker. Number 6, it retains the heat because it's a windbreaker. And number 7, I think I look kind of cute in it. So that's important. Why it's important, again, I wear this as my final piece to everything. I can wear this when I'm skiing and the wind is pretty strong, and I have all my base layers on the bottom. This is my waterproof shell, so if I fall down, if I hit something or anything, if there's a rain, I am literally ready. when I'm going down the hill, or for instance, I'm on my motorcycle, or when I am skiing down a mountain, or it starts snowing, or maybe perhaps it starts raining, I am always ready. And when you're on top of that mountain and you just climbed up and it is really cold because you were perspiring climbing up and now you're really cold, you put this on and this is your insta windbreaker. It really breaks down well, and I will show you. You just, do your regular roll and tuck and put it into the hood, and boom, you have your top layer ready to go. I never travel without it. It's the most important layer.
And then of course, my external hard shell. This external hard shell, it not only keeps me nice and dry, but it also helps break wind. Not farts, but when you're on a mountaintop and it's really, really windy, you actually feel less of the effects of the wind because of this. Now, honestly, is it worth a premium? No. But, it's one of the features that they sell. Now, external layers often are marketed as bulletproof because they are the outermost layer that you're wearing. They are often built with a top layer that's like a Gore-Tex material and inside layers which add additional waterproofiness as well as insulation. Now, if you get 1 or 2 layers, it's not as insulated. If I'm wearing 5 other layers underneath, I don't need as much insulation, but I do love the waterproofiness. Also, because layers are intended to be this particular layer is intended to be worn in the rain, I do appreciate that it has ventilation. These vents are supposed to vent your pits. Again, if you're wearing multiple layers, this is questionable how ventilated you can get, but since my layers are mostly merino, I do get some ventilation when I open these up. Now, do I care about being wet? That's a good question. Outerthere trips happen, rain or shine. So you're gonna get wet no matter what. How wet doesn't really matter at some point, you're just gonna get wet. So, one of the things that I never worry about is whether I'm gonna stay bone dry. You're never gonna stay bone dry. In lieu of my outermost layer, my hard shell, my rain jacket, I will wear a puffy. Now, a puffy is insulated with either down or synthetic material, by Outerthere or something like that. These puffies, I cannot emphasize how amazing these puffies are because they have got the pockets, they've got the hoods. This particular hood is helmet friendly, so in case you're out there doing some climbing activity, you can put your hood right over. For me, hoods are a godsend. They make all the heat that I generated, I trap, and then it comes up from my neck and it gets trapped in my hood. It keeps me amazing. I will start to sweat even in 10-degree weather. Anyway, puffy jackets are amazing. If you're vegan, go for synthetic. If you don't care, go for down. Down, there is almost no difference as to which one works better. Because again, the materials, the fabrics, the apparel is not what generates heat for you. You generate heat for you. So these things are just a way of keeping that heat trapped inside. And puffies, in my opinion, work great.
Pants. I bought these a long time ago, so like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. These are just your run-of-the-mill Patagonia, stretchy, really comfortable. They're actually made for ice climbing, I believe, but they're single layer. And the reason I really love these pants, you see they have like an adjustable bottom, it really doesn't matter, you don't have to. The reason I like these, they're water resistant, so you can layer these pants. Usually I would either wear a synthetic base layer, tights, I would wear a merino thin base layer, or I would just wear fleece underneath these if I was really cold but I wanted a waterproof shell. So that's what I would do. These were a little bit pricey, but I gotta say they were worth it until I gained weight. Then it wasn't worth it.
As many of you know, I don't often wear a lot of outfits. Like I'm still wearing shorts in December. However, when temperatures really drop around 10 degrees here in the Northeast, maybe even low, I add on pants. Now, I prefer these particular types of pants. These are Patagonia pants intended for ice climbing. They have incredible flexible insulation inside. They were about $250 when I purchased them, but I purchased them 5 or 6 years ago and I have never looked back. The pockets are amazing. They've got a side pocket, but more importantly than the fact that where they're from is that they keep me and my legs nice and toasty. Now, sometimes it gets even colder, especially when you're sleeping at night on a camping trip. So I will add on merino wool tights. These merino wool tights, again, I paid about $100 for them, but it's worth every penny because they keep me extremely nice and toasty when I'm sleeping.
As you can see, this is what all of our layers put together looks like. Awesome!
Yeah, boy.
All right, gloves, hats, gaiters, shell, water-resistant pants.
Shell, 4 layers underneath, water-resistant pants, thermals. I got so much stuff. My hands are so warm. I don't even need gloves. There you have it, guys. That's all the layers that you would probably need if you're running cold or running hot, or running hot or running cold, whatever. The point is, whatever you got, you can work. What?
It's a closing remark.
Oh, closing remark is, that's it for me.